What's going on, everyone? Duffin here, and today we are back after my review of A Township Tale. I love this game. I've been grinding on it for so long, and holy crap do I love it. But today we are going to be talking about carpenting, because this is my server, and I have a lot of roles on here with my friends, and one of them might join mid-video, so if that happens, then it does. But today we're going to be talking about carpentry. So obviously the first thing you want to do is, if you have community wood, go and grab a stack or two. I'm just going to grab one stack for this video, making a simple sized handle. Almost forgot what we were making. But if you go over that bridge over there, the sandstone one, and you just basically keep going to the second bridge, which is a wooden bridge, you'll be in the forest. And that's where I might make a tutorial on wood cutting. But let's go ahead and walk inside the carpenter. We have two shelves here if you want to set up shop for any reason, and then over here is the wood cutting device, but we'll get to that in just a second. The first thing you want to do is, when you come in here, is to grab the book. And if the book is in here and you can't find it, all you need to do is light this candle and the book will respawn. Obviously, I can't right now because I don't have a light, but let's go and take a look in this book. And usually the first couple of pages, and you have to find some of them sometimes, will be tutorials. But basically, they'll just explain some of the simple things. And if you come through here, here will be the first couple of items. We got a dice, a short handle for something like a chisel, and a hammer handle, or at least that's what most people use it for. And some people use it for the big hammers, but I usually don't. This is like a fisticuff kind of thing. You hold it with your fist, kind of like a dome. A cup, a ladle, and it just goes on. This one's for a shield handle. But today we're just going to be making the simple. This is the one most people use for items. So this is what we're going to be making today. So what you want to do is you want to put your paper here. And some people don't know this, but you want to pull this back here. I have a little torch here made out of a stick. You can also make these here. And yeah, you can just place them most places. You'll get a little green circle here. But this video isn't about stakes. This video is about carpentry. So if you look here, oh, didn't mean to grab that. If you look here, you see these two big logs. Each log is about 6 wood wedges. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put the wood wedges here. You can really just throw them on like this. This is what most people do. It's not a hard process. It's 6 per... Well, I usually call those wedges, and I call these logs, but I guess those make more sense as a log. So you can use flint, a rock, and a stick if you want. You can make a rock hammer with just a stick and a rock, and you can use the flint as a chisel. But today I'm going to be using a red iron hammer, which you can make from copper and iron together, and the smelter, which I'll make a video on one day, probably with my friends. Then over here I have a copper chisel that I actually just found. I didn't actually make this. I kind of just found it at the blacksmith, which is pretty cool. But what you want to do is, you see these big blue... Now, I'm on Quest. I'm pretty sure on PC these are less, bright blue. They're more of like a shader blue. But what you want to do is you just want to break those. If you miss and you mess up, you will get a... What happened? You will get... Well, it will just kind of ruin the whole thing. And then you have to finish it, because sadly, there's no way to remove these big blocks of wood. You kind of just have to finish it up and hope you get something out of it. Because usually it'll either make nothing or it'll make the wrong thing. Now, stuff like this, what you can do is you can flip this. But this one I can hit from here, so I'm going to do so. But if you don't feel comfortable do that, you can just stop. Well, actually, I can just get this one. Hold on. Sounds pretty easy. Get this one. You'll see. I'll show you in a sec. I'm just going to finish this up first. So what you can do, if you're not comfortable, usually on like the underside, what you can do is go and put your hammer down for a sec, and you can grab this and turn it this way or the other way, and it'll flip it, and then you can proceed to bust it from this way. Now, you can technically do this, but it's a little bit more luck-based with that, because you have to just hope you pull it down far enough and long enough for it to flip. And there we go. Now we have our handle. Now, I don't actually have an item on me that I can put this on, but this is basically showing... Oops, didn't mean to drop that. This is basically showing the kind of thing you can get. This is basically This is what I call the common handle. It usually goes on most items. Now, I don't know if it's built or not. If it's not, then I will have to show you it. But this video is all about carpeting, so I'll have to show more of that. But if these aren't built, okay, they're not built, sadly. But basically, they're at the blacksmith, so I can go down there. But you also need a hammer and chisel for it. So it's kind of for carpeting. So what I will do is I will go ahead and head to the blacksmith, and I'll see you when I get there. Okay, now that we're at the blacksmith, you will see these aren't built automatically, but usually they're built at the blacksmith before they're built at the carpenter for whatever reason. Now what these do is, if I take this, now this handle is the same handle that I just built. So what you're going to do is you're going to put it here, or just hold it here, and you're going to pull this down, and it's going to latch like that. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your chisel, you're going to take your hammer, and you're just going to pop it right off. Hey Noah, I'm making a video. This is one of my friends. I told you you'd probably see one of them today. And yeah, there you go. You just pop a handle off and you can put it back on. Now, when it comes to wood cutting, there's a lot of items you can make at the carpentry. You can make maces, small handle, big handles, long handles. You can make arrow, because technically you can chop sticks with an axe and make arrow sticks, but you can also make them there, and you can get a stack of 20 at the carpenter. Now, usually these, and most servers I've joined, they're either full or they're not full. Usually a lot of people just take a stack and keep it. But here's a tip: if you're going to take a stack, always return what you don't use back, because, well, it's just recommended that way. But this is the carpenter. So I hope you all enjoyed the video on that short tutorial of the carpenter, and I hope you do good in your next handle making job. Now, before I go, I just want to go over the fact that some handles are better than others. Now, you have small handles, usually for swords. You have medium handles for, well, medium items, stuff like axes, pickaxes, normal things. But you can actually find these handles out in chests and stuff, these big metal handles. I don't think they can be made. I'm not 100% caught up to that. Maybe on PC VR they are, but just not on Quest, I don't think. And really, that is all the basics. Now, there is also, this is a chisel handle on a normal sword with a phantom guard, because I got lucky. But that's the video. That's how you make a handle. Usually bigger handles are going to be 3 logs. So 1, 2, 3, obviously. Now, obviously, this always, sometimes, usually when you walk in here, this will be set back here. It won't all be up here. You'll just have to pull it back here. But that, well, looks like the end of the video. So I really hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!